Greg, what do you make of this situation, if anything? So I didn't see this. Casey Thompson got chewed out on the sideline by an enraged offensive coordinator Mark Whipple after taking a drive-killing sack in the second quarter. Thompson was on the bench when Nebraska got the ball back at the 10, but that was when
Chuba
Purdy fumbled,
Yep.
and that turned into a touchdown.
Yep. No, it was actually, that was more Mickey Joseph than Mark Whipple pulling Chuba or pulling Casey out. And it was a very interesting conversation that they'd had. And Mickey even talked about that yesterday on Monday. That he had Casey come into his office and Casey was obviously upset for getting taken out of the game, and Mickey explained to him, he's like, hey, this is what happens sometimes. You got to come out of the game and watch the game from the sideline for a little bit and let me talk to you. And the way that Mickey is like, I'm going to tell you like it is. He says, like, Casey's not happy for getting taken out, but Mickey says the same thing. He's like, I'm not happy for taking you out, but it is what it is. And, it's a learning experience. And if it happens again, then I'm going to do it again. That's just the way he coaches. And I think that's just the biggest breath of fresh air he can think of, is that now you've got a couple guys in charge that actually know how to deal with players and, are not afraid to get right in there in the front lines and take any of the criticism and stuff. And I think the players respond to that big time. And Casey, he's not a young kid. I think he just turned like 25. Or he's going to turn 25. I mean, he's an old man. And, he's very straightforward and upfront with anything, which is also very cool. And, you know what? He's not – he shrugged it off, and he's good to go. I mean, it wasn't a big deal. And unfortunately, the timing, like you said, that Chuba got – he coughed up the ball, and it cost Nebraska at the time, but it didn't cost him the game. So it was a learning experience for everybody. But bottom line, too, is that Mark Whipple and Mickey Joseph are going to get Chuba Purdy some snaps here and there anyway, just because, you need to get these guys some reps just in case something happens to Casey Thompson, because we know how the problems with the offensive line have been, and you have to be very careful with Casey Thompson, because he's taken a lot of damage here already early in the season, and you got to kind of pick and choose the spots of where you're going to use him when he's exposed. So bottom line is that this offensive line started to play a little bit better, but they are obviously much better run blocking than they are pass blocking. So, you just always kind of hold your breath every time Casey drops back there, and the protection collapses a little bit. So you kind of hold your breath a little bit, but so far so good.